Hi, welcome to Watch the Time, and a very exciting video because I've got 4 watches to unbox today. I'm going to unbox them fairly quickly, not spend too much time on them, and then obviously I'll do individual videos on each one. But I thought as I've got all these in at a similar time, I would do the unboxing of all of them together. Now I've got 2 new watches, so we've got a new Seiko and it says Sujas on that one, so they're both new. And then I've got a second-hand Orient and a second-hand tin of something, and as you'll probably guess, in the tin is a Swatch watch. So we'll start off with the Swatch watch as it's at the front. It's in this neat little tin, and we'll just open this up. And I got this because it was funky, and it's called the Point of View watch. So we'll just quickly show you. There's a load of gumph about it here, about why it's called the Point of View watch, etc. And I'll go in more detail about that in the actual review video. Let's just pull that off, get the watch out, and there you go. When you first look at it, you say, well, okay, how do you tell the time? But it soon becomes clear. You've got the red dot is the running seconds, then you've got the hour hand there, and the minute hand there. And that's it, very simple, just on a black strap. Obviously it's a Swatch, so it's a quartz, easy to get the battery. Just a red little pop of colour there to match the red on there, and that's it, very simple. Funky, there is a reason I've got this. I was kind of thinking of using it to do like an intro for the videos, that was all. And I thought something funky to do with watch, to do with time, and the fact that that looks like an eye, I just thought that really fit the channel's name perfectly. So there's the Point of View watch. Next up, let's go for the next second-hand watch, and that is the Orient. And I have been wearing this. I wore this for a solid week, and what I found about this watch was it is the best fitting watch that I've ever had. It's kind of made for me. It's just absolutely perfect everyday sort of work watch. Absolutely fantastic, just fits beautifully on the wrist. A really nice weight to it. It's got a nice bracelet. This is for me and it's the Orient Ray 2. This for me is the watch that you should buy over and above the Seiko 5KX. It's more similar to that than the SKX. It's more dressy. It's just more similar to the 5KX, that new design, as opposed to the original sort of SKX. I think if you're wanting to buy an SKX, you're still going to buy one. But if you're looking at the 5KX, this is a real viable alternative. And we've got a screw down crown, screw down case back, 200 meters of water resistance, an in-house Orient movement, which I suspect might have originally started its life off as a Seiko movement. I'm not sure. I know there is links to the company. But this just wears absolutely beautifully. I did regulate this because it was running at plus 16 seconds and it's now running at minus 2 seconds. So I'm really happy with it. I'm just going to pop this one on the wrist because it just wears perfectly. So there it is on my average sort of just over 7-inch wrist. And you just see the way that the lines hug the wrist. It's just absolutely perfect. Really nice double deploy, double pusher clasp. Hollow end links, but I'm not bothered about that. There's no rattliness about it. It's just certainly a step up from some of the Seiko bracelets, and just all in all, a great watch. I think you can buy it in blue and black. I'm not sure if there are any other colour dials, and the lume is fantastic. You've got the day date complication as a daily wear watch. This is hard to beat, and the cherry on the cake on this one is the price. Second hand, you can buy these for around between 100 and 110 quid all day long. New, they're not that much more than that. I just think it's an absolute bargain of a watch. Absolutely love this one. Fantastic. Okay, what next? I'm going to save the Seiko till last because that is a bit special. You might have already seen the reference number. So let's do this one next. Nice packaging. This one. I'm just going to get rid of the packaging as I go. And There you can see there's a clue. Seagull since 1955. Very nice case. Let's pull this up. Get rid of that. And there you have it. The Seagull 1963 chronograph. Let's just pop this out. Obviously it comes with a green NATO strap there and a leather strap. And there you have it. I got this, I think this is the 39mm version because I wanted it to look a little bit more delicate on the wrist than the bigger, I think they do like a 42 or a 43mm version. And I just wanted that sort of more vintage look to it, being the style of this watch is, you know, a vintage chronograph. Now this is my first proper chronograph in that it's a mechanical chronograph. It's a wind-up watch, which you have to wind it up, but the chronograph is fully mechanical. And has a really satisfying sort of push when you start the chronograph running. So you've got the running seconds on the register on the left, you've got the 30-minute register, which I really like a 30-minute register, on the right, and then you've got the seconds, as you can see, ticking away there nicely. Once this second hand has gone past, you'll see the first minute go, and just as you see the light catch it there, you can see those hands are blue. They're not blued, they're just blue. There's a difference between that, but they do look nice, and like there they look completely black, there they look blue, so it really plays with the light really nicely. And then you've got the gold indices and the little triangular like batony things there for the markers, really nice. So if I just stop that chronograph now and then return it, you'll see it just fling back, bosh, absolutely perfectly, really nice. And then again, the piece de resistance of this watch is that. I mean, to me that is just beautiful. It's not the most expensive and it's not the most delicate of work on a watch done, but it's just so nice. And you can actually see things happening, like when you activate, you know, that lever dropped out of the way and wheels start turning, and you know, things happen when you press. You haven't just got the balance wheel going round, so it's you can see it fly back. So a really nice case back. I think if you're going to get one of these watches, the clear case back or the display case back is definitely the way to go. I mean, that's just beautiful. We've got some blued screws in there, and obviously you can see the jewels quite clearly. A bit of work has been done there, so just to fancy it up a little bit. And again, especially for a chronograph, not an expensive watch at all. I got this new second hand for less than 200 quid, so you know, I think it's a real bargain. Really nice watch. Again, I'll just pop this one on the wrist. You'll see what I mean by that more sort of vintage, delicate look on the wrist. I mean, the lug to lug, it's got quite long lugs on this, so it kind of fills the wrist nicely. It doesn't look small in my opinion, but it does look period. It does look vintage. You know, it's called the 1963, and when you look at watches of this era, what's an era? Watches of this era, you'll see that the diameter of the case is more akin to this than the bigger 42 or 43mm version. I love that domed acrylic crystal on it. I think that's just perfect as well. That's more period. I love acrylic crystals. People get nervous about these and go, oh well, you can scratch it. It's like, yeah, so what? If you scratch it, you scratch it. It's all part of the character of the watch, in my opinion. So there you go. That's the Seagull 1963. Absolutely love this. Only got this today, but I'm already sort of thinking, yeah, this is definitely a keeper. But I've said that before. Moving on. Okay, the Seiko. Let's just unbox that as well. Ooh. So we've got a load of paperwork falling out. Let's just get rid of that. The usual Seiko box, nothing fancy there. Dogs are going mental. And here we go, ready for this one? This is special. Yeah, it's the Arnie, it's the new Arnie. I'll be back. I am back. Here I am. Oh. Right, let's just get rid of that. Yep, it's the Arnie. Now, you may know or may not know, I have done a video on, I've said watch this video before you buy the Arnie, because there is a little bit in the manual about the LCD failing after 7 years, and I didn't put that out to stop people buying the watch. I brought it out to just to bring your attention to the fact that it says that in the manual, and it's not something I've seen before. But I'm the kind of person, I put my money where my mouth is, and I decided, well, I'll buy one and then I'll keep it for 7 years and we'll see what happens to that little LCD display. So I got it locally, and I paid full retail price for this, £420 in the UK, which I think it's okay when you look at the fact that it is a re-release of the Arnie. It is, in my opinion, a very good release, or good reissue. It's been done really well, although they've scaled the size up a bit. And I think they probably could have kept it a little bit smaller. I think they've done a really good job. And when you look at some of the other reissues of like turtle watches and things at thousands of pounds or thousands of dollars, I think this one, a reasonable 420 quid for an Anadigi watch, I think is pretty good. It's a certified, ISO certified 200 meter dive watch, even though it's got the extra pushers. It's got fantastic lume. It's got obviously the Anadigi functions. It's got a backlight on that little screen up there. It wears beautifully on the wrist, and it's just a great little watch. So I'll just put it on the wrist quickly and show you. But I didn't want to take the Seagull off. So my intention when I bought this watch was to take it off the rubber strap. I don't generally like the Seiko rubber straps, but as it turns out, I really like this one, and I've decided to leave it on. And there again, you can see it on my average 7-inch wrist. Looks fine. It's a big watch. It's kind of meant to be, but it wears really nice. I've worn this for a couple of days. I've slept in it. I just worn it to work. I've showered in it. I've done bits and bobs in it, and it's absolutely fine. It's a really nice, comfortable watch. It's really useful. It's obviously got the day date function on the LCD. It's got a stopwatch. It's got a light. It's got great lume. It's solar powered, so it. You're never going to need to change the battery on it. And a fantastic watch. It's got these funky screw-in pushers, similar to the Flight Master, and you can use the bottom one to go through the modes. So you've got a dual time mode, so it'd be a good holiday watch. You've got a second time zone, stopwatch. It's got an alarm. The alarm is not loud enough to be an alarm that wakes you up in the morning, but it is loud enough to. That doesn't quite. Yeah. Let's cover that off. The chapter ring lines up, but the bezel doesn't quite. You can push it there, but when it clicks into place, it's slightly off, but it's not enough to worry about. So yeah, the alarm is more of a reminder. It's not loud enough to wake you up. I didn't hear it this morning when it went off, but it's certainly loud enough throughout the day to remind you of things. And then obviously back to the time. Got a little light there that lights up. And then if you press and hold this one, it comes up with battery. Setting of the time is really easy, and I'll go into that in more detail. What I found with this is it kind of works as you think it should. So it's got you use the crown to set the alarm and to set the time and things. And I didn't look at the manual. I just sort of did what I thought was right, and it worked. And it's quite an intuitive watch, which is handy for a grab and go watch. You can just grab it. You can set an alarm really quickly and easily. It's really intuitive. I really like it. I haven't really got any negatives about this at all, really. It's clearly a chunky watch. It's meant to be. I haven't taken the sticker off yet. Should we do that now? Oh, let's do that now. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. There you go, so you can see the back there. So this is part of the Prospex line, made in China, Divers 200, and then it's you can see the reference number there for the movement. So I'm really like it, really enjoying it. It's one of those, because it's solar, it goes to sleep. So if you leave it in a box overnight or whatever, it goes to sleep, and then when light hits it, it wakes itself up, and then it resets the time, and it's quite fun watching it do that and things. So you set the time on this on the LCD display, and then when you push the crown back in, the hands will move nice and smoothly into the right position. It's a fun watch. It's a useful watch. The only thing missing for me on this watch is a countdown timer, but I'll forgive it that because I can use the bezel or the stopwatch for that anyway. But I would have liked, like on the Casios, a countdown timer as well as a stopwatch. would have been useful. So there's my 4 watch unboxing. The only one I didn't try on was this, so I'll just quickly put this little thing on. So the Swatch watch is like more or less like a kiddie size watch. I wish when people list Swatch watches and they put it on that it's a man's watch, that they actually, you know, it is a man's watch. I mean, this is a tiny little thing, but I didn't buy this to wear particularly, and I've bought it, as I say, to do a little intro to my YouTube channel, but I sort of try it on there, and there you go, there's the other 3. So 3 fantastic watches. I think the Arnie, I'm absolutely loving that at the moment. I say I've worn this as a sort of a working daily wear watch. If this was going to be your only watch and you wanted to buy a nice steel sports watch just to wear every day for work, even to bash around at the weekend, this is absolutely perfect. I can't really fault it in any way. If I'm being really picky, the crown is a touch on the small side, and the way the knurling is done, it's a bit slippery. It's not as grippy as it could be, but I'm really clutching at straws there to find something wrong with that. And in the full review, I'll show the loom. The loom is as good as Seiko loom. It's fantastic, lasts all night. Absolutely fantastic watch. So I've been loving that, and it fits me perfectly. So if you've got just over a 7-inch wrist, buy it. I only got this today, but I've already kind of fallen in love with it. I love the way it plays with the light and the blue hands and the red and the just the design of it. I've wanted one of those for a while. I just waited to get the right one. And then the Arnie, what can you say? I mean, it's fantastic. I love it, absolutely love it. This little thing, I say, just a fun little swatch. But I hope you'll agree, an interesting little 4-box unboxing. I have got rid of or sold quite a few watches out of my collection. I've sold another 5, and obviously I've got these in, and I've also got my Kickstarter one is due in sometime this month as well. The Veya Automatic is due in, so once I've got that in, I'll do an update to my what's in the collection. But for now, this is Watch the Time. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon for the reviews on all of these watches. Cheers, bye.